Good evening, Mr. Hart. Good evening, Jane. Good evening, Miss Jane.
Good evening, Ms. Jaina and Ms. Savio.
Good evening, Bounty.
All right.
Good evening, Bandai.
Bounty, your volume is a little bit low though.
All right, wait for a moment. It's gone. Yeah. Right, how about now?
Good, better.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Did not see it. Did you accidentally do it? That's fine. Everyone, please say it 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Very good evening to everyone. Before we start as usual, let me wish that may this session also help you to develop in your Dhamma practice further and further and further. Because of your practice, may be able to generate at least little inner peace, little inner happiness within. With that wish, we are going to start today's today's meditation session. So now we are practicing the first step of breathing meditation. We already began it 1 month ago. So during this very month now, so this is the 30th. So 5 weeks ago, on the 2nd of January, then we started we started observing the normal natural breath which is coming in and going out. So when what you have to do is, when the breath is coming in, so you have to be fully aware. When the breath is going out, you have to be fully aware. But you should not pay your attention beyond the end of your nostrils. So you have to stop your observation at the end of your nostrils, right? So the end of your nostrils, it is a place that you cannot see with your eyes. It is a place that you need to feel, right? So let your experience to talk, and just while you are observing the normal natural breath as it is, you will figure out where that area is, the end of your nostrils, right? So when the breath is coming in, please be fully aware. When the breath is going out, please be fully aware. If it is long, let it be so. Just be aware that right now, the breath that I'm experiencing, it is long. If the breath is short, so just let it be so, and understand right now, the breath that I'm experiencing, it is short. If the breath is gross, or if the breath is soft, don't try to discriminate any of those breaths. So let the soft breath be so, and let the gross breath to be so, right? Your job is just to observe. While observing your breath, you are trying to develop your balance of mind too, right? So when you're observing your breath, at the very same time, you are trying to come out of your habitual pattern, right? Earlier, whenever uncomfortable experiences came into your life, when you have to face those things, you generated a lot of aversion, right? So you didn't like it, so you generated a lot of discomfortable thoughts within. And at the same time, when there were comfortable experiences in life which brought you happiness, so you try to control them, and you try to hold on to them with a very strong grasp. But things are not like that. Things are coming and going, right? It's the way of life. And while observing your breath, you're also balancing your life too. The way how you face to your life, right? So let the gross breath, if you are experiencing gross breath right now, let it be so. If you are experiencing soft breath right now, let it be so. Just observe it as it is. Don't expect it to be otherwise, right? Just welcome it as it is. And at the same time, let go of all kinds of thoughts which are related to your other things, which are related to your working life, or family life, or other things. During this 30 silent meditation minutes, so give you everything and keep on observing the breath, developing concentration, inner calmness, inner happiness within, from moment to moment, moment to moment, moment to moment, from experience to experience, experience to experience, experience to experience. So that's what you have to do during the silent meditation time. That is the first step of breathing meditation. And gradually, or at the end of February, I'll teach you the second step. And at the end of, at the beginning of April, I'll teach you the third one, right? So for now, please keep on practicing this technique. Then, not only I teach you the meditation, also I teach you several things which are important to practice as meditators in your day-to-day life. So starting from today, I'm going to teach you about the duties of duties of an individual towards one's own family and the outsiders. So when you practice those things, that will help you.
हाँ मेरी अभी शुरू हुई है पर अभी ही इज टॉकिंग तो मैंने कहा अभी मतलब मेडिटेशन वो पहले बोलता है फिर बाद में बोलता है तो इट स्टार्ट्स इन 8:20 और सो तो मैंने कहा बात कर ले
Mr. Wad, can you mute everybody?
I just muted Sunita. I don't think she was aware. My apologies.
All right, no worries. Right. Then, sorry about that. Then today we are going to learn about the duties of husband towards the wife, right? 5 duties of husband towards wife. So please write those things down. And not only you write those things down, for sure, you have to practice it. So please practice it in your day-to-day life too, right? So this week I will teach you, since we have a very small period of time to introduce that, I'll teach them in brief. But so today I'll teach you about the husband's duties towards wife, and next week I'll teach you about the wife's duties towards the husband. Like that, I'll keep on teaching. So please write these things down. As a meditator, the balance of, the peacefulness of your family life, it matters a lot. So then if you are a husband, then you need to understand what are the things that you need to do towards your wife to have a peaceful family background, right? Buddha described about that 2,500 plus years ago, but still they are applicable and practicable, right? Practicable. So in this world, actually there are 4 kinds of families according to Buddha. So the first family is, in that family, hungry ghost lives with the goddess, right? So in that family, what happens is the husband is not practicing good characteristics, right? So husband's behavior pattern is bad, but the wife's behavior pattern is good, right? Husband is abusive, and then he kills or harms the other people, steals, practices sexual misconduct, lies, and does such kind of things. But the wife is not like that. She is the totally opposite. She doesn't kill or harm anybody. She doesn't steal. She doesn't practice sexual misconduct. She doesn't lie, and she doesn't practice abusive words, and so on. This family is the family where a hungry ghost lives with the goddess. Second family is the family where God lives with the she hungry ghost. In this family, the characters are changed. Here, husband is good. His behavior pattern is good, but the wife's behavior pattern is bad. So in this family suffers because of the behavior pattern of the wife. Right? This family suffers because of the behavior pattern of the husband. Third family is the family where the hungry ghost lives with the she hungry ghost. In this family, both of them, both of them are practicing bad behavior patterns. They kill or harm the other people, then they steal from each other, and then they practice sexual misconduct, they lie, they practice abusive words, and such kind of things. In this marriage, both of them suffer because of their bad behavior patterns. The fourth family is the healthiest family and the best family, where a god lives with a goddess. So in this family, both of them, husband and wife, both are not killing or stealing, killing or harming anybody. They don't steal. They are honest to each other, and they are then they don't practice sexual misconduct. They don't lie, and they don't practice abusive words and so on. Right. So this family lives happily, so ever after, we can say. So these are the four kinds of families. And if you want to have the fourth one, then first you have to understand what are the duties of husband, and you have to fulfill those duties towards the wife. And then first one is in those days language Pali, sammananaya. That means by respecting the wife. That is the first way how you have to treat your wife. Right? You have to show your respect towards the wife. In this world, everybody likes to have respect. Nobody likes to have disrespect, right? Therefore, as a good husband, we always have to respect the wife. It is not, when you have a marriage, it is not a marriage between a master and a slave. So always the husband should respect the wife with equality. That's very important. Second one is anumanai. So by not ridiculing. By not ridiculing means, so you should not ridicule the wife because of her, maybe she's not having the similar, having a similar, she's not earning just like you, or maybe because of her family, or such kind of things. We should not ridicule the wife. And at the same time, if there is a wrongdoing in wife, so you should not say it publicly, right? So everybody likes to have public respect, right? So therefore, if there is a wrongdoing in her, so you have to check the right time, and with kindness, you have to let her know about her wrongdoing. That's very important, right? If not, that can create unnecessary problems later on, right? Then third one is anaticharya in Pali those days language, Buddhist days language. So by not committing adultery, right? There is no wife who likes a husband who cheats in a relationship. So not committing adultery is a way of showing your care towards the wife, your love towards the wife, right? So whenever you commit adultery, so not only you face the public humiliation, the wife and the children, they also have to face the public humiliation, right? They will have a hard time in facing the other people, right? Then, therefore, and at the same time, heartbreak is immense, right? The more attachment the wife has towards the husband, when she gets to know about it, the heartbreak is that much painful, right? So therefore, you have to not to commit adultery, right? And then fourth one is by Isariya was again by allowing to manage family economy. So that is also a very important part. So you have to understand how your wife is, right? Most wives are capable in managing the family economy. So recognizing their capability, we have to let the wife to manage the family economy, right? So then that is the fourth one. So not only family economy, so even the family affairs, right? So we have to let let her know about those things. Sometimes that's why communication is important inside a family, not only in a meditator's family, anybody's family, right? So that is very important. So even though you are planning to do something, the wife should know. If not, if you don't communicate, then it can lead to big conflicts later on. So we have to let the wife know about the things that you know, that you do, so that she can manage everything accordingly, right? If not, sometimes when you do as you want, without letting her know, it can lead to conflicts, right? Then fifth one is alankara nuppadanina. That means by gifting. You know, ladies like fashions and ornaments. When it is the due time, when you are capable, so it is better to gift them ornaments and various kinds of nice dresses. Right? When you give them, they feel that you care and you appreciate what they do. Being a wife is not easy. It's very hard. It's a very hard job, right? Then understanding that we have to show our appreciation as a husband by sharing gifts with her, right? So these are the 5 things that you need to practice as a good husband towards the wife. Then as a meditator, you will have a very good, peaceful family life, right? Because the wife will be nice if you do practice these things. And then she will also, in return, will complete her duties towards you. Then you have a balanced family, a strong family, where there is peace. And that peace will help you to develop peace while you are meditating, right? Then that will be very helpful. So please practice them. Be a good husband towards your wife, right? Now we are going to start today's silent meditation. Everyone, please keep your back straight, neck straight, and head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm and let your whole body to relax. Let your whole body to relax from top to bottom and bottom to top. Now please close your eyes. First, I will pay our sincere respect and gratitude towards Buddha. And after that, so we'll start the silent meditation session. Everyone, please calm down and concentrate. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Itimiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho viññācarana sampanno sungato lokamido anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati sattva deva manussanam buddho bhagavati swakato bhagavata dhammo Sangnitingo akaliko ehi pasiko panaiko macatang veditamo vinyuhiti Supanipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujumanipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Sami cipani pangno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadinang chattari purisa yugani අටමුනිස පුද්ගලම් ඒස භගවතෝ සාවක සංඝෝ ආහුනේයෝ පාහුනේයෝ නකිනේයෝ අංජලි කරණීයෝ අනුතරං පුඤ්ඤක්ඛෙත්තං ලෝකසාති. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive mind, with a very patient, peaceful mind. Everyone, please start your meditation. Everyone, please pay your entire attention towards your incoming and outgoing breath. When it is coming in, please be completely aware. When it is going out, please be completely aware. Following the previous instructions, keep on practicing diligently. Diligently. First for the benefit of you, then for the benefit of others. Diligently. Please start your practice. May your meditation be very, very successful. Very, very successful. Everyone, please start your silent meditation right now. Now, if your legs are paining, you can change your posture. We are going to practice loving kindness meditation in breath. Please calm down and get ready to share loving kindness with all the beings in the world. First, please share your loving kindness with yourself. Please think, may I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards yourself first. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards your dear parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. Towards your dear parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. Please think, may my dear mother, may my dear father, may my dear teachers, relatives, and friends be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. May they be well. May they be happy. May they be very peaceful. Spread your loving kindness towards your parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards the neutral people. Neutral people are the people who don't fall into the category of friends, at the same time enemies. These are the people who are in the middle. So please sincerely spread your loving kindness towards the neutral people. Please think. May all the neutral people be well. May all the neutral people be happy. May all the neutral people be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards the neutral people. Neutral people. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards your enemies. First, we have to understand that we all have negativities. Sometimes in life, when we become uncontrollable of our negativities, our negative emotions, we also might have harmed the other people. The others are the same. When their negative emotions are powerful, they might have harmed you, hurt you. But no use of keeping them inside your mind as a grudge and suffer. So let it go and spread your loving kindness towards your enemies. Please think. May my enemies also be well. May my enemies also be happy. May my enemies also be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards the enemies. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. Not only towards human beings, but also towards all kinds of animals. Let it be birds, fish, reptiles, or any visible or invisible being. Please spread your loving kindness towards all the beings. Please think. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be very peaceful. Please spread your unlimited loving kindness conditionless loving kindness towards all the beings, all the beings, all the beings. Bhavattu sabbe mangalam rakantu sabbe devatam samme buddhanubhavini samme dhammanubhavini samme sanghanubhavini sada sutti bhavang tutti. Tatu, tatu, tatu. Now everyone calmly, please open your eyes. Let your whole body to relax from top to bottom and bottom to top. Now please join your palms together and say 3 times, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, hope all of you had a good meditation session. Hope you could concentrate your mind at least a bit. I know it's not easy, it's a struggle, but you have to go through it. This is an operation that you do, right? So there are 2 kinds of operations. So one operation is the operation that you do physically. Right? This is the second operation, which you do mentally. Whenever you practice meditation, you are doing the second operation. Right? So it is for the goodness of you. It is for the well-being of you. It is for the betterment of you. Right? So please, this is an operation that you cannot, where you cannot ask the help of any doctor. Right? So in just Buddha is a doctor. So Buddha teaches us the meditation technique. But you are the one who has to operate yourself. Right? So you have to do it all by yourself. Here, so as a teacher, what I do is the same. So I teach you the technique as it is. What you need to do is you have to practice it giving your entire effort continuously. You have to fight for yourself. This is a fight that you do for your own well-being, to have your own peace, to have your own happiness. So please daily practice. All of you, I think there are several newcomers today. So I think all of you got a chart, right? So every day in the morning, please sit at least for 10 minutes. And in the evening too, please sit at least for 10 minutes. And don't forget to fill the chart, right, with 2 X's. 1 X is for the morning and 1 X for the evening. And at the end of every month, please track your progress. So go to the other side of the paper and then give marks to yourself, right? Never give 5 marks to you. So 4 marks are the maximum, right? You can give 5 marks when you are enlightened. Until then, so you only can give 4 marks, right? Then, according to your development, so compare your development every month. So then estimate how you have developed and then give marks to yourself. And every month, by that way, please track down your progress, right? Okay. Then, right. Now it is the time for your small break. If you want to drink water or if you want to go to the bathroom, so this is the time for you. If you don't want, please remain inside. You will only have 3 to 4 minutes. Then after that, we are going to learn how to deal with the addiction to sensual pleasure for about 20 to 25 minutes, right? So if you want to go, please go. If you don't, please remain inside, okay? Now everyone, please join your palms together and calmly say 3 times, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, during the first week of the year, we learned um, we learned uh, we learned why so we learned about what the ambition of meditation is. Then during the second week, we learned about the benefits of practicing meditation. Then during the third week, I taught you about the supportive meditation techniques that you can use to support your breathing meditation practice. And then last week was the question and answer time. And at the end, I promised you to teach about the 5 enemies of meditation. All students already know what are the 5 enemies of meditation, right? But there'll be several extra descriptions too this year. So somehow, when you practice meditation, these 5 enemies of meditation bother you. Right? Consistently, they bother you. Right? Whenever you close your eyes, right, these 5 enemies of meditation, they come and starts. So they try to overpower you. Right? That's why whenever you close your eyes, sometimes you certain people after a while, after starting to practice the meditation technique, sometimes we hear a small snoring sound out of somewhere end. Then we realize the breathing meditation has turned into sleeping meditation. This happens because of the overpowering of 5 enemies of meditation. And then sometimes you hear yawnings and yawning meditation and such kind of meditations too. So all these things happen. Why? Because these 5 enemies, they overpower us. So during the upcoming 5 weeks, you are not only learning about these 5 enemies, and you are going to learn how to overcome them too. Right? Then I'm not going to talk about the other 4. I'm talking about the first one today. All students, can you remember the first enemy of 5 enemies? Very nice. You can write it down. So new students, you were given a book, right? So you can write it down. Addiction to sensual pleasure. Addiction to sensual pleasure. Addiction to sensual pleasure is the first enemy of meditation and also in life. Not only in meditation, even in your life, these are 5 enemies, right? If you don't know how to manage them, the technique to manage them, they can harm you as much as possible, right? There are 5 objects of sensual pleasure. What are the 5 objects of sensual pleasure? Right? First, let's learn about the 5 senses. Do you know the 5 senses? Right? Cole, what are the 5 senses? No, it's 5 senses.
Nose, mouth, tongue, the ears, and
body. All right. So 5 objects of sensual pleasure are the ones which they always target. These 5 senses always target. What are those ones? First one is, you can write them down. First one is sight, right? The sights that you see. Second one is the sounds that you hear. Third one is the odors or the smells that you experience. Fourth one is, so what is the fourth one? So the tastes that you experience. And the fifth one is the touches that your body feels. These are the 5 objects of sensual pleasure. Addiction to these 5 things is called as kama chanda. Right? So developing desire, sensual desire, so towards these 5 things is called as kama chanda. Right? Then whenever they overpower us, so whenever this sensual pleasure overpower us, the mind is not clear. For an example, let's take a pond. You want to see the bottom of that pond. So you go closer to that pond and then you realize the surface level of that pond is not clear. Then will you be able to see the bottom of that pond if the surface level is not clear, not still? Will you be able to do that? You won't be, right? Just like that, when these 5 enemies, right? In technical terms, they are called as hindrances. 5 enemies of meditation overpower our mind. We cannot have inner peace and inner happiness, right? Because mind is always, when they overpower us, it's confused, right? And it's not calm. Then whenever we living life means, mostly for most of the people, living life means running after these 5 objects of pleasure. So they run after sights first. When they are tired of that, they run after the sounds. When they are tired of that, then they run after the smells. Then they run after the taste. Then they run after the touches. And then these 5 things, they overpower their life. Let me give you a nice simile that Buddha gave. Buddha, Buddha is so clever to present nice similes. So in this simile, Buddha says, long time ago, there was a hunter. There was a hunter in Himalayan forest, Everest forest. And this hunter wanted to catch a monkey. So what he did was, he made a puppet and applied sticky gum. Do you know sticky gum, right? So then sticky gum is obtained from jackfruits, right? So then he applied sticky gum on that puppet. At that time, there was one foolish monkey in that forest. It was curious about this puppet. So it came closer to this puppet, and then since it's not moving, to check its right hand, so the monkey hit the right hand of that puppet with his right hand. When it hit the right hand of that puppet with its right hand, it got stuck. Now it wants to take its right hand back. To take its right hand back, it hit the left hand of that puppet with its left hand. Left hand also got stuck. Then now both hands have got stuck. So to release its both hands, it hit the right leg of that puppet with its right leg. Its right leg also got stuck. Then to release both hands and the right leg, it hit the puppet with its left leg. Left leg also got stuck. And then to release its both legs and hands, it hit the puppet's head with its head. Its head also got stuck. Finally, the monkey got trapped inside the trap of the hunter. Then 5 pleasures are the same. We always run around all these things, right? All these 5 things constantly without understanding their impermanent nature. So for that, we sacrifice our inner happiness and inner peace. And we choose, instead of that, we choose to live with suffering. But the wise person, understanding that, that person begins to come out of, begins to practice the way, these noble meditation kinds of noble meditation techniques, to understand the reality as they actually are, and to come out of this addiction to sensual pleasure. Right? That's the process that you are in. Right? So whenever these 5 enemies overpower our mind, we lose so many things in life. Right? Once one Brahmin called Sangara went to the Buddha and asked, "Oh Buddha, earlier I could remember all the 5 Vedas. 5 Vedas are the Hindu 5 scripts, but in memory. But right now I cannot do it at all. Right? Why is that?" Then Buddha said, "Your mind is overpowered by these 5 hindrances, 5 enemies of meditation and life. So that's why you cannot remember those things well now." Right? Then coming out of these 5 enemies of meditation and life, so it is beneficial for you to live a very peaceful and happy and balanced life. Right? So then let's learn. Let's learn first the nature of those. The nature of those 5. Nature of the sensual pleasure, right? Sensual desire. So first one is, whenever we have sensual desire, it constantly burns us and torments us, right? Whenever sensual desire overpowers your mind, it constantly burns us and torments us. So you know the itch, right? Whenever there is the itch, right? So you always feel like itching it, right? So this is like that. So whenever an objective of sensual pleasure comes into your mind, so you have trained your mind to run after that, even though without considering whether it's necessary or unnecessary. Right? But the wise person, understanding that so this is burdensome and this is tormenting, so that person start to practice the balance, right? Balance within. And then at the same time, when you are running after those things, it gives you a lot of stress and a lot of, it can cause depression within. Right? And at the same time, it can create various kinds of reasons for your destruction. Right? It can create various kinds of reasons for your destruction. And at the same time, if you are not mindful, it will grow just like a river without any boundary, right? So just like a river. And at the same time, even though how much you experience it, right, you won't be able to get satisfied. Right? This is the nature of sensual pleasures. Then at the same time, it will cover your path to inner peace and inner happiness, and it will cover your path to the births of towards the births of good realms, births in good realms, and at the same time, it will cover your path towards the enlightenment, nibbana, right? And then understanding this nature of sensual pleasures, we have to understand how to control this addiction to sensual pleasures, right? Then, so please write those things down, right? Number one is, whenever a sensual desire arises inside your mind, right? So as a meditator, you have to be conscious whether this is a desire which is necessary for you or unnecessary for you, right? There are certain desires, right? So then you you gain a thought to do it, but at that time you have to be aware whether this is a necessary thing to do or unnecessary thing to do, right? And then number two is, if it is unnecessary, you should convince your mind. So this is an unnecessary action that I should not do, which will cost my peace of mind, and which can create so many dangers in the future. So therefore, I should let this go. Thinking so, at the beginning level of that thought, we should try to cut it down, right? When let's say there are wild trees, right? Poisonous wild trees. It is easier to uproot it at the I mean when it is in its infant level, right? But whenever it's grown as a big tree, you have to put a lot of effort to uproot that. So this is the technique, how to get rid of it at the beginning of that negative thought, right? So that sensual pleasure. And number two is, whenever a sensual pleasure arises inside your mind, so you have to understand, so you have to recognize, so yes, so this sensual pleasure, so it has a pleasure. I accept that, so it is there. Then number two is, so you have to accept it first, acceptance. Then number two is, you have to think that you have to consider about its temporariness. Whenever a sensual desire arises, right? So that sensual pleasure is temporary. It can create certain comfortable sensations inside the body, and then it will pass away, right? So it is not everlasting, right? Any sensual pleasure that you experience, it is not going to everlast. Can you understand? Right? It is not going to everlast. And then after that, you are bound to experience the consequences, right? When those sensual pleasure is gone, then you have to experience its consequences. Whenever a sensual desire arises inside your mind, so you have to let it go of those unnecessary desires, thinking like this, right? So first, you have to accept that, so yes, there is a pleasure. And secondly, you have to understand that it is temporary. Thirdly, you have to understand that there are so many consequences to experience later on. For an example, somebody is addicted to drink alcohol or smoking. That person is doing that because there is a pleasure. But that pleasure is always very temporary. But later on in life, because of that, the consequences that person has to experience, that's very long, right? Then for a temporary pleasure, why should I suffer for a long period of time? Thinking like that, accepting the pleasure and seeing, reflecting on its temporariness with wisdom, we have to let go of that sensual desire, right? And then at the same time, whenever a sensual desire arises, you can get rid of, whenever an unhealthy sensual desire arises, so you can let go of it by changing your perspective, right? Changing your perspective. For an example, let's say, so you develop, for an example, so let's say you are a married person, but you develop a sensual desire, so towards, so if that is a husband, so that person develops sensual desire towards another lady. At that time, that person can let go of that sensual desire, so thinking about them just like one of your relatives, right? So this person is just like a daughter to me. This person is just like an elder sister to me, right? This person is just like a mother to me, right? So this person is in my mother's age, so this person is just like a mother to me, right? So thinking like that, so when you think like that, it helps you to control, so it helps you to avoid such kind of unnecessary desires that arise inside your mind, right? And at the same time, whenever such kind of sensual desires arise, so you can understand that, for an example, let's say you develop an attraction towards something, an object or a person. And at that time, you can think about the impermanent nature of that particular thing, right? Let's say, so you buy a very new car, brand new car. Then at that time, you develop a strong desire towards that car. And then what will happen is, whenever something happens to that car, you become completely heartbroken, and at the same time you fall into a deep sadness. For an example, I remember one story my master told me. At that time, when there were no Teslas and all those things, Lexus was a luxury car. Somebody bought a very brand new Lexus car and brought it to the temple and got blessed. And while going, it had a very minor accident, right? And it hardly created a small scratch. But this lady, she was so heartbroken, so she got out of the car and sat on the the pavement. She sat on the pavement and started crying loudly, right? Looking at that small scratch, right? That's how it is. So this is a simple example, but there are so many things that you develop strong sensual desire towards. So then the more your desire have, the more your desire have grown, that much whenever something happens to that thing, so you are bound to suffer, right? Therefore, we have to live in this world understanding that everything is impermanent. And whenever a sensual desire arises, at that time we have to know, so yes, there is a pleasure in this sensual desire, sensual pleasure, but it is temporary. So let me see how long this lasts. This is also temporary, changing, and impermanent. Right? Then it helps you to cut down your so growing desire so towards that. In the so there is a nature in this human mind, right? Whenever you feel good sensations, you always want to get more and more and more. You expect that those good sensations stay so for you to experience all the time. But that's not how the world works. Those good sensations pass away. And then after that, uncomfortable sensations also arise in life. They also bound to pass away. This is the nature in the world. So understanding that whenever sensual pleasure arises, right, you have to wisely so observe them and understand that these are temporary, impermanent, changing. True, they are comfortable. True, they are so giving me pleasure, but they are temporary and changing. Let me see how long this would last. So when you observe it like that, it will pass away without letting your so sensual addiction to sensual desire, pleasure. So without letting your addiction to sensual pleasure to grow, right? So please practice like that in your daily life, and that will help you to maintain balanced mind in front of sensual pleasures, right? Then it will help you to recognize what are the necessary things to do in life, and at the same time, what are the unnecessary things that you should not chase in life, right? Then you will be able to have a lot of peaceful time with yourself, right? And it will help you to develop a lot of inner peace and inner happiness too. So please apply it and diligently keep on practicing. In the next week, we are going to learn about how to deal with aversion, right? Aversion means with anger, jealousy, hatred, and the mother of all those such kind of emotions, right? Right, then apply this method when it comes to sensual pleasure, addiction to sensual pleasure. Now we are going to conclude. Everyone please think. Together all of us gathered here, then we practiced this noble, non-sectarian, pure meditation technique and accumulated a lot of positive energy. By the power of all that positive energy, may all our troubles be away. May all the good things happen in our lives. May we be able to live our lives comfortably, peacefully, and happily. Practicing this noble meditation technique, finally eradicating all the negativities, developing all the positivities, may all of us attain real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. With those thoughts, everyone please join your palms together and concentrate. Let me give you a short blessing. Please calm down. Bivadana silise nichang badda pachainu Chattaro dhamma vadanti ayuvangno sukang malang ayunarogya sampatti sagga sampatti me vache ato nimmana sampatti iminate samijjatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good night to everyone. Please take rest. New students, please wait for a moment, and see you again in the next week. Sukhi Hotu. Good night, everyone. Right. Good night, Mr. Huad. Good night,
Night,
Mrs. Jane.
Bante. Thank you.
Good night, Banti. Thank
Good
you.
night.